welcome to Family Nature Club. We are going to go on a tour of the yard and look for bugs that you'll be able to find outside too with your family. And then at the end, I'll show you how to make your own bug hotel. And when you watch this video and participate at home, you can unlock a badge in our Summer Learning Challenge. And I think it might be my favorite badge that we have. It's so cute. But before we get started on our tour outside, let's sing my favorite bug song. It's called the Itsy Bitsy Spider. And there's movements that go with this. You can do a spider like this, the Itsy Bitsy Spider. Or something that one of my Storytime friends taught me that I just love is you can hook your thumbs together and then look, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 legs, just like a real spider. The Itsy Bitsy Spider, like that. Okay, here we go. The Itsy Bitsy Spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And the Itsy Bitsy Spider went up the spout again. We're almost ready to go on our bug search, but before we go out, I wanted to put on a little bit of bug repellent. Because even though we are looking for bugs, we want to see them. I don't really want gnats flying around my head or mosquitoes biting me. So one thing you can use if you don't have any bug repellent at home is vanilla. Bugs do not like the smell of vanilla. The first bug that we are going to look for is a slug. Slugs are slimy and slow, but they're also really important for our ecosystem. The ecosystem is kind of nature all around us, how the plants and the animals and the humans all interact to make nature. So slugs are what birds like to eat. And if we didn't have slugs sliming around our yard, then we wouldn't get to have beautiful birds around because they wouldn't have anything to eat. I'm going to show you the kind of bird that likes to eat slugs the best. This is a thrush. So if you see a bird like this around your yard, then you know that you have slugs around your yard because this bird loves to eat slugs. And this bird is from a book called What It's Like to Be a Bird, and we have this at our library. You can check it out if you want to see what it's like to be a bird. All right, let's go looking for slugs. Okay, our first stop that we're gonna look for slugs is my bean plant. Slugs don't actually come out during the day. They like to stay where it's dark and cool, and they only come out at night to eat. And the vanilla update, I don't know if you can see all these little gnats flying around my head. It seems like they don't mind the smell of vanilla, or maybe I didn't put enough on. I would use bug spray if you have it. Okay, let's hunt for slugs. We are going to look for slugs on my bean plant because I have seen slugs on it before. Here's our bean plant. It's climbing all the way up the peace pole. And then down here at the bottom, you can see where the slugs have been eating the bean plant. See those bites taken out of the leaves? I came out early one morning and there were slugs on the bottom of the leaves taking bites. I think it's too warm and sunny right now for there to be any slugs on the plant. Yeah, there's no slugs on this plant. But if you want to see a really beautiful slug, Mr. Dave, our Hope Branch manager, made a video of an awesome slug that he found at his house. And it's on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. I do like slugs, but I don't want the slugs to eat my bean plant too much. I don't mind if they're in different parts of my garden, but I don't want them over here. I don't want all of the slugs gone. I want most of the slugs gone. So I learned from Leslie Knope that coffee grounds will help keep the slugs away. So I saved some coffee grounds for my coffee this morning, and I'm gonna sprinkle it around at the bottom of my bean plant because slugs do not like the smell of coffee. hopefully the coffee grounds work better at keeping the slugs away than the vanilla is at keeping the gnats away. I found this awesome earthworm. Can you see him? He's heading back into the dirt. Earthworms are so important for making our dirt healthy and have lots of nutrients and helping our plants grow. Earthworms are so important. Bye, worm. You can find worms if you just peek at the dirt all around where you see plants growing. You might need to move some rocks or something, but if you find a worm, just leave it be and let it climb back into the dirt because we need worms to help our dirt be healthy and make our plants grow. Let's pause our bug search to look at a bunny. This bunny loves to hang out in our yard. My kids named him Vision because he has that little spot in the middle of his forehead like the superhero Vision. He's so hungry. Flowers are another great spot to look for bugs because flowers attract bugs like butterflies and bees, and they attract bugs like that because they need the bugs to help them with pollination. What that means is a bee will fly into the flower so that it can drink the nectar and it gets, see all that yellow fuzzy stuff? That's pollen. The bee gets pollen all over its belly while it's drinking nectar from this flower, and then it'll fly over to another flower, and the pollen from the first flower will go into this flower. Flowers need pollinators in order to keep growing. Here's a little bee pollinating. He's getting nectar from that flower. Oop, and then away he goes to another flower. He's spreading pollen from one flower to another flower. I'm gonna leave him alone and keep my distance though, because some bees can sting. And I don't want to get stung, and I also don't want to bother him while he's doing such important bee work. Next, I'm going to show you an ant colony that I found. But before I show it to you, I want to tell you why ants are important. If you find an anthill or some ants crawling around and minding their business outside, you should leave them alone because ants help make tunnels and dig through the soil, and when they do that, they make sure that oxygen and water can get to plant roots. So ants help make sure that plants can keep growing. And that doesn't mean we should let ants come in our house. We don't really want ants in our house. They need to stay outside so they can help turn the dirt and make sure that our plants grow nice and healthy. And lucky for us, remember how we used coffee grounds to repel slugs away from my bean plants? Well, ants don't like coffee grounds either. So that's another thing you can save your coffee grounds for. All right, let's go look at the ant colony. All right, here we go. Whoa! Look at all those ants. They are so busy. What do you think they're doing? And remember, they're just minding their business outside, so we can leave them alone. What they're doing is digging tunnels all over in the dirt, and they're helping water and oxygen get to the plant roots in our yard. See you later, ants. Another cool thing about bugs is that birds love to eat them. So if you have bugs in your yard, then you will definitely have birds in your yard. Can you hear all the birds tweeting? We're ready to make our bug hotel. What I did is I took an old milk carton that we were finished with, and since I'm a grown-up, I did this. This should only be done by grown-ups. I used a box cutter to cut off the front, and then I filled it with toilet paper tubes that were going to be recycled. So the reason I use this milk carton is because it's waterproof, and that'll make the bug hotel be able to stay out in the rain and not get ruined. And for the toilet paper tubes, I had to crunch down the bottom to make sure that they wouldn't fit over the edge because they were just a little too long. And then my kids went and walked through the yard and grabbed all kinds of cool naturey things and rocks, and that's what I'm gonna use to fill up all the space in the bug hotel, and that'll make an inviting, cozy place for bugs to come and hang out. So I'm going to leave this someplace kind of sheltered outside, someplace where it won't get a lot of rain if it rains out, and then I'll check on it every few days to see if any bugs have moved in. Be careful when you check on it to see if any bugs have moved in, because you don't want to jostle it and bother any bugs that are living in there. If you make a bug hotel or go on a bug search, I would love to see pictures. Please post pictures in the comments, or you can email them or tag us on Instagram at mybcpl. Have fun, everyone, and don't forget to claim your badge and 20 points in the Summer Learning Challenge.